Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reading a multi-character exterior by me. So let's get into it. Kamado Tanjiro. Tanjiro was a cuddly baby. He loved wrapping his arms around you and holding you. Most of the time, it would be when you were doing a task or something. He would come out of nowhere and wrap his arms around your waist, resting against you, and burying his face into your neck. And that feeling was just worth the world to you. Somehow, he always knew when to give you a hug, and it was always when you needed it most. It was the best feeling in the world, to feel like you were loved and cared for, infinitely. And Tanjiro was able to convey all of that within just one hug. Tanjiro did not mind PDA. However, he will be a bit more shy when it came to other things. But when it was about hugs, he wouldn't mind doing it in public at all. And he would even love wrapping an arm around your shoulder as the two of you walked around on the street or went out for a stroll. He definitely wouldn't mind. In fact, he feels lucky to be able to do that, showing everyone that he was the luckiest man in the world by having a partner like you. Zenitsu. At this point, you would say that Zenitsu was the human equivalent of a koala. He had the best and most adorable hugs, and he definitely loved giving you them. A lot. Perhaps even too much. And most of the time, there was no occasion for them. He handed them over just like candy, and perhaps even candy was easier to find. He would give the warmest hugs and compliment you along with them, telling you that you're beautiful and kind, and that he just loved having a partner like you all the time. He was always kind of touch-starved, being in a family like that, but he definitely loved being able to do that with you, feeling lucky whenever he got to do it. He also would not be able to sleep without being in your arms. He tried it once, and now he was addicted. Whenever it was summer, it would be so hard to even pry him off, even during all the heat. Maybe it's time for you to get an air conditioner, because even you could not deny that Zenitsu's hugs were the most precious thing in all of humanity. Inosuke did not know the concept of hugs or cuddles, but he caught on pretty quickly. And you kind of regret it, because whenever he felt like it, he would just grab you and sit you on his lap, wrapping his arms around you tightly, and you were damned if you ever tried to get up, because you were trapped in there. You couldn't move. He just loved holding you. But there were other times where he needed to be held, and during those times, he would just come to you quietly, ever that tsundere, and slowly scoot closer and closer, trying to give you a hand. Eventually, he would just wrap your arms around him, burying your face into the crook of his neck, and sit like this for he didn't know how long. But eventually, he would wrap his arms back around you, and he would let out the softest, most peaceful sigh that you've probably ever heard in your life. It was kind of cute how needy he is. You didn't expect him to be so addicted, but the more you know, yeah? It was certainly a useful piece of information, one that would be handy and very useful to you in your relationship. Giyuu always likes to seem stoic, and like he didn't need anyone, but that definitely did not work on you. You could read it like a book. Perhaps a book with so many in between lines that you had to guess, but still, he was more vulnerable to you than he was vulnerable to other people. You were able to know his needs, what he wanted and what he loved, easier than most, and you could definitely tell whenever he needed the hug. Giyuu was cuddly. He was like a cat. He was grumpy about it, didn't like asking for it, but whenever he was invited to a hug or a cuddle session at the right time, he would be up for it. Sometimes he would curl up in your lap, and you would just stroke his hair, hold him close to you, and occasionally give him a kiss on the cheek, and that would put him to sleep like nothing else. It amazed you how adorable this stoic man was. He definitely kept a lot hidden, but a lot of it would come out during those cuddle sessions. They worked like a charm, didn't they? Rengoku Kyojuro. Rengoku definitely loved giving you hugs. He was cheerful and loud about it. He wasn't shy, and whenever you were being busy and refused to give him one, he would have it his own way. It was easy to pick him up. He was like a sack of beanstalk. The smell worked hard, and you could definitely see it in his muscles. Regardless of all the fangirling you would do, he would just pick you up, set you in his lap, and hug you. And the cuddle session would have to be at least an hour for Rengoku to recharge, as you would say. You were just so essential and important to him. He loved having you in his arms and would sleep a lot faster when he was hugging you. And whenever you were in public, he would hold you close to him, an arm wrapped around your waist, with a beaming smile on his face, like he was parading you to the world. You are definitely important to him. That was a thing for sure. And Rengoku made sure that everyone knew that as well.